So this video is gonna be a little quicker. It's not really it's not my traditional philosophy one. If you've been paying attention to the channel, if you been subscribed, you see that we just hit a crazy milestone. Something I didn't really expect myself, but I'm beyond grateful, and I just wanted to make this video to thank y'all. 100K. I really don't know how it happened. A little bit about the channel itself. Like, I've been doing this for more than 3 years almost. This is going on 3 years. I started May 2021, and it's just crazy to see like the community we've been able to build, and seeing the support, and some of y'all reaching back to some of the videos I posted many years ago. So I just wanted to get on here and say thank you to you all. I'm going to try to go live at some point. I just been real busy, but it's been nice interacting with y'all. I'll try to be more active in the Discord and the chat and whatnot, but that's all gonna come with time. I'm still getting used to it, really. All in all, thank you so much. Everyone who's been here since day one, thank you. To all my friends back home, my family, thank y'all too. Never really stopping me from doing what I was doing, never telling me it was stupid to do. You know, always giving me the motivation and incentive to keep going. Even when I went on a little hiatus, you know, people was asking me, where is it at? Like, where you been? Glad to have you back. I'm glad to be back too. So thank you all. To all the new people, thank you. Thank you. You know, you guys don't go unnoticed. I try to read every comment. I try to respond to every DM that's not a marketing offer. But thank you guys so much. I'm for this video, I'm gonna like make a compilation of like pieces and parts of my old videos, and I'm gonna start with the very first video that I ever posted on here. It's not even on the channel anymore. I deleted it because it's kind of strange, but you'll see it. I hope you enjoy this video or whatever I put together. But all in all, I just wanted to say thank you. This isn't, you know, a regular scheduled program. I'm still gonna be posting tomorrow, but I just want to say thank you. Oh, here's the video.
Throughout my journey as a person, I've been faced with many obstacles which later prohibit me from finding out who I really am. The true fact of the matter is that we all almost never really know who we are. The personality I currently have is merely just a facade, or what I've let myself believe I am like. Any day I could wake up and decide to be a brand new person. People are fake in that way. They judge people by standards that they don't have for themselves. And this is because deep down they know, we know, that we are prone to change. For this reason, the true victim isn't the person who doesn't know who they are. Rather, it is the person who thinks that they do.
Taking into account all the factors that make us ourselves and genuine. I feel like oftentimes we look at ourselves through the eyes of other people rather than getting our interpretation of ourselves from ourselves. What we fail to realize is that who we are externally is not necessarily 100% ourselves. And like the path we take from birth or from when we're conscious to find out what we actually like. And I feel like too often we select a path that almost has nothing to do with what we really want, and has so much to do with how society values some path and like pleasing those around us and the greater part of society. But this is don't practice being grateful for what we have often enough. And I know it goes against practically everything I say in this channel by saying that we need to practice gratefulness more or address the positive more than the negative. But every teaching or every type of message, we had a lot more time on our hands than we realize, and we just fail to utilize it because we are lazy, or we push it off into a later time thinking our future selves will be more willing and more prepared to do the task. And this is almost never the case. Real change starts with now, and change is growth, meaning that
to grow, we must start progress now. So why not?
Is just give me a general how you feel about your college experience thus far. I can go first if you need an example. So as of right now, it's pretty going. It's pretty much like high school, except you just don't go home and you do a whole lot of bull in between. So the proper implication for someone in our position is to run in any direction, regardless, as if we know exactly where we're going. Then when you see what lies ahead of you in this random direction, you make the choice on whether or not you want to change
Make
direction.
sure you can like do everything that you need to do by yourself, and then like if people come into the picture, that's like icing on top. But definitely figure out what you gotta do to take care of your mental. That was a big thing. I feel like I learned a lot in that area this semester. So
To plan ahead, and the person who's letting their mind run rampant and becoming a victim to their own thought. I find that overthought, in my experience, is hardly ever, a positive thing. Even if what I'm thinking of is a valid analysis of the circumstance I'm in, you know, there does come a point where you have to realize that complaint is not necessary.
And change shouldn't either. I guess I'm realizing this and saying this because, like striving for change is one thing, but expecting change out of yourself almost instantaneously is. We are no, there's no like past us. It's always present us, and I feel like that type of dichotomy, that type of connotation, allows us to alter ourselves, and help ourselves change. I feel like it's when people separate, the past, future, present self. It's when they're able to, say one's the one way and it's not going to change, and almost forget about what needs to be done. I feel like that's why a lot of mistakes are repeated, because people think they're just over them because they have a memory of it. Like they have a memory of a past self experiencing something, and they think they're over it just cause. But I also realize that this stuff impacts our external world. And I realize that many people don't take the time to acknowledge the impacts that their, internal self has on their external surroundings. And it's not so much to say that like, oh, like who you are inside is more important than who you are. You don't pull out your umbrella before it actually starts raining. And that is to say that, a lot of us flinch at the world. A lot of to our advantage would be to allow ourselves to look at our issues or specific real things from that third person perspective. Like when you're going through something and you're overcome with emotion and anxiety and worry, stress, the best thing for us is to take a step back and try to, I guess like the main thing I want to do is, promote the idea of being intentional, and grounding yourself in the present, bringing myself back to that always. But I feel like with new years and new opportunities like this, people often, find a lot of passion, find a lot of motivation towards their goals, especially towards the beginning of the year. And towards the end, it begins to fizzle out. Like even for me, I had a pretty set in stone plan as to how I wanted Profound Pondering to go, or how I wanted to upload, or how I wanted. Sometimes you need to have that kind of negative stimulus, and sometimes you don't. But in those things that are in between, in your day to day, I think that's where your perspective and mindset really comes in. Until recently, I didn't really understand what it meant to truly like adopt a mindset. I just thought it was oh, I just want to think this way, or I'm going to meditate, integral to how we experience it. Like if you generally like math or generally like any subject or anything in your life, when you're doing that something, you're going to enjoy it. But in saying that, I realized that, no change is going to occur unless I let myself go. Unless we let ourselves develop, unless
we make a change. If you made it this far into the video, thanks again. Thank you. It's a lot more to come. Came a long way. Hopefully we continue to keep going. Be intentional, y'all. Keep going. You have a dream, you have a passion, you have something you want to work towards. Have enough faith in yourself to actually do it. Have enough faith in yourself to actually see yourself doing it, so you can do it.